Shalom Aleichem. Welcome to this special shir about the four Parshiyos. This coming Shabbos is Parsha Shkolim, followed by Parsha Zohar, Parsha Parah, and Parsha Sachodesh. These are four separate Torah readings to get us into the spirit of the season. Certain parts have to do with Purim, certain parts have to do with Pesach, and our sages set up 4 different weeks to read these passages from the Chumash in order to be able to know where we stand. Sunday is Rosh Chodesh Adar Beis. The Mishnah says, "V'yecher bi'adar mashmi'en al hashkolim." On the first day of Adar, they send out messages about the shkolim, meaning that every person has to give a half shekel to the temple every year. Every person throughout Israel has to give at least a half a shekel to the temple. That's called machzus hashekel. The form of the gift is basically tzedakah. It's charity to the temple. This money was used to bring the sacrifices which effect forgiveness for our sins. So, once a year you had to give it. Chazal instituted giving it Rosh Chodesh Adar, calling out to people to start giving it Rosh Chodesh Adar, so that by Nisan, a month from now, everything is ready. People know about it, and they've given their monies and so on. Breslov explains the 4 Parshiyos according to Rabbi Nachman's teaching, Azamra, looking for the good. He says, Parsha Shkolim is tzedakah. What is the greatest charity that you can give? It's finding the good in everybody. Yeah. Finding the good in every single Jew on earth. There's always good. We have to find it. A lot of times we snip. A lot of times we degrade. We diss the other people. Azamra, Rabbi Nachman's famous lesson, Azamra, of which Breslov Research has a book called Azamra. That book, that lesson was made to teach people how you have to search and seek and look for the good. When you give tzedakah, what are you doing? You're doing good. So the idea is to find the different charities. Now, in the Jewish nation, that's not hard. Not hard at all. There are those who give to hospitals. They give for education, Torah education. They give for widows, orphans. They give for all different causes. Right? There are gemachim. Gemachim means a free loan society. There are gemachim for cribs for infants. There are gemachim for tables and chairs if you need to make a simcha. You need extra tables and chairs in your house. There's a gemach for it. Chesed. There's a gemach for dishes and silverware. You're going to have one night 30, 40 people over your house. Where do you have the dishes for it? Not nice to serve them on paper plates. So they have a gemach for dishes. They have a gemach for power tools. You need a saw or a drill or what? I mean, it's amazing. What the Jewish nation does for each other is absolutely incredible. So it's easy to find good. What's hard is looking for it, putting your attitude that we're looking for the good. The next parsha after Shkolim is Parshas Zohar, parsha of Amalek, how to wipe out Amalek. Why is that? When a person finds the good, the evil is automatically cut off. Automatic. You're busy, you're involved with good, there's no time for evil. Amalek gets wiped off the map. And that always coincides with the Shabbos before Purim, which this year is a Shabbos. Purim is Sunday and Monday in some places. So what we have is a tremendous ability to get rid of evil by finding the good, looking for the good, thinking positive, and doing good things. After a person gets rid of Amalek, the evil, what's left for him to do? Rav Nosson says, Parshas Parah. What was Parshas Parah? It was the laws of the red heifer. When they used to slaughter the cow, and then they would burn it and use its ashes and spread it out among all of Israel so that they can become purified in order to be able to enter the Temple Mount. So Parshas Parah represents purity, or, in other words, tshuva. If I look for the good, I suppress the evil, then I can have tshuva. Then I can realize and recognize the things that I've done wrong, and I can come to doing tshuva. And the final Shabbos, just before Rosh Chodesh Nisan, is called Parshas HaChodesh. Rav Nosson points out that, as Rashi brings in Chumash, the Parshas HaChodesh was the first mitzvah that was given over to the Jews. What is the Parshas HaChodesh? The new moon. You're declaring the new moon. The moon waxes the first 15 days of the month, and then it wanes. Comes to the end of the month, you almost can't see the moon, almost impossible to see the moon, and then all of a sudden, it begins to come back. And Rav Nosson says, this is the way of life when you engage in looking for the good. Right? Here the moon was waning. The moon was minimized. The moon was almost nothing. And all of a sudden, it's now becoming renewed. And that is the first mitzvah of the Torah. First mitzvah given to the Jews as a nation. And it's what enabled them to exit the exile. It's what enabled them to be able to leave the exile of Mitzrayim. And, as Reb Nosson, if we do that, we look for that little bit good, we're going to find that's what Mashiach is going to do. So actually, we're engaged in messianic devotions by finding the good, looking for the good and finding it. And if we do that, we will merit to the final redemption, and we will see the coming of Mashiach, the building of the temple, and the ingathering of all the exiles. Amen, the Amen. Good evening, and I hope you enjoyed the shir. And if you like the shir, please pass it on to others and let them all get interested in Breslov and Rabbi Nachman's teachings. We look forward to hearing from a lot more of you. All the best.